The meeting began with an announcement from the mayor about the recent boil water notice. Mayor Dwayne Crocker announced that he, Mayor Pro Tem Andrew Young, and Councilwoman Jan Scott will serve on a subcommittee that will get to the bottom of how this problem occurred and how we can prevent it from ever happening again. The mayor reiterated that this problem with our water supply was unacceptable, and he committed to sharing the committee's findings with the public once available. City Manager Jesus Garza echoed the mayor's sentiments and assured council of staff's commitment to fixing these problems. Next, Garza provided an overview of the issue so far. The problem with the chlorine residual originated in one area of the system, but TCEQ required a citywide boil water notice because our system is interconnected. The council committee will provide more information about the timeline, including how and when staff first became aware of the problem. When localized flushing didn't work, the city issued a boil water notice and began a system-wide flush the evening of Wednesday, July 9th. On Friday, July 11th, we learned that the system-wide flush was unsuccessful, and so we began a chlorine conversion on Saturday, July 12th to get our chlorine residual levels up. On Monday, TCEQ confirmed that our chlorine residual levels were back in compliance, and we submitted samples for bacteriological testing. These test results would be confirmed later during the council meeting. Throughout this process, staff partnered with the Office of Emergency Management and leveraged internal communications resources to keep the public informed. Garza also clarified some information about the $10 utility rebate. This amount was calculated using the base rate for water and sewer service for 1 week, and it will be applied to residents' August utility bills. Going forward, staff will conduct after-action reviews and support the work of the council committee to identify potential improvements to our water system. There were 2 items with public hearings. Council approved an ordinance closing and abandoning a small undeveloped portion of East Staten Avenue at the railway tracks. Council approved a formal amendment to the city code to add the short-term motor vehicle rental tax that was approved by the voters in May to finance the Victoria Community Center project. Council approved another item following discussion. Council authorized the city to apply for a matching grant worth $325,000 from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department to fund improvements at Meadow Lane Park. Council also heard 3 city manager reports. Texas Municipal League Legislative Director Monty Wynn provided an update on the 89th Texas legislative session. The Texas legislature passed over 200 bills related to city governance, including property taxes, utility infrastructure, and public safety. Council and staff have been staying on top of these changes to ensure that we understand how they affect us so we can act accordingly. Municipal Court Administrator Tiffany Toda provided an update on the Child Safety Program. The Child Safety Program uses funding from the Child Safety Fee that is assessed when residents register vehicles in Victoria County to provide grants for local child safety programs. Nonprofits will have from July 28th until August 15th to apply for funding at victoriatx.gov/child safety program. Next, City Manager Jesus Garza presented an overview of potential improvements to the city's SCADA infrastructure. SCADA stands for Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition, and it refers to software that is used to monitor our water system, detect issues, and make adjustments. The council committee will be looking at whether our 25-year-old SCADA system played a role in the issues that prompted the boil water notice. However, the city previously had problems with our SCADA system during Winter Storm Uri, which prompted staff to design and seek funding for improvements. Overhauling our water and sewer SCADA would cost more than $6 million, with the water side costing about $3.5 million. Since 2021, when the city developed the plan to upgrade SCADA, the city has been pursuing a grant with the Regional Planning Commission, which is administering over $80 million in CDBG hazard mitigation funds stemming from Hurricane Harvey and that are funneled through the General Land Office. However, that process has been ongoing for 2 years and we have yet to receive final approval from the GLO. Consequently, City Manager Garza presented an option to expedite the water SCADA project by redirecting funds in fiscal year 2026 through a combination of delaying another project and collaborating more closely with the Victoria Sales Tax Development Corporation. This option was presented for informational purposes only, and no decision was made tonight. However, Council will continue to consider improvements to our SCADA system as part of the ongoing budget planning process. Finally, at the end of the meeting, Garza told Council the good news that the boil water notice had been lifted at 6:30 p.m.